Kids everywhere, lend me your energy. And you would do that at the TV to help out Goku.
Lend me your energy. Dear Ty, I hope this email finds you well.
If you don't forward this to 7 friends, you'll have bad sex forever.
Oh, no. Weird they put that in a children's book.
Hello and welcome back, Digi-fanatics everywhere. Welcome back to episode 65 of Kill A Mockingbirdramon, the premier Digimon rewatch anime podcast where we review, recap, and reanalyze Digimon, compare to a bit of classic literature, have a whole lot of fun along the way. I'm Graham, the Digi-maniac, who is very tapped into the digital world, lives in the digital world, wishes that he could emotionally digivolve with his Digimon, Graham. And on this digital journey, I have the person who is not that into Digimon and is going to come teaching us about knowledge about the world. We've got Kellan. Kellan, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. And you know what? This Digimon, I was a little hesitant starting this Digimon podcast, but it's 65 episodes in. I'm having a good time. So
You've been doing
let's
great.
Keep it rolling.
You've been doing great.
And we've got a real special one this week.
We absolutely do, because we are covering Digimon the movie. This was a big deal. I was there when this came out. It has a ridiculous soundtrack, which I'm sure we will get into.
It does.
But it's ridiculous in our hearts and in our minds and in our souls.
Yeah, it threw me a bit. I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I really want to hear that. You've never seen that before. Have you seen any Digimon before?
No.
Okay, so Kellan's jumping blind right into the movie, except for all the other Digimon that we've reviewed on the podcast.
We've been doing this for 64 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen the movie.
Right.
I mean, we've been watching this for 64 weeks, but the movie is the first time, and it was weird.
It is weird. I like it, though. And there are things I like a lot about it, and there are things I'm like, they could have done that a little differently. I think I really like the animation. I think the animation is a mood. It's a very distinct style, of reminiscent of a certain era of anime, and it's just vibes, man. Like how Tokyo looks in this animation style is just pure vibes.
Or the mystical land of Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join us on the journey to Colorado. I know that was
that weirded me out. Why are we in Colorado of all the places?
Of all the exotic locales.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird to hear them saying like Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
We gotta go to New York City.
Exactly.
I'm walking here,
Agumon.
So as you know, every week I come in with a bit of a bit, a list typically. This week, I don't know, there's a lot of talk in the Digimon community from what I know about how a lot of these digivolved Digimon are just like things with guns strapped to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it took me 65 weeks to get here, but today's list, are you ready for this? It's top 10 things to strap to other things.
Beautiful. I kind of love that. Yeah, all right. You're totally right. That was just to prop your list up, just to get it going. That was one of the things that we talked about on the playground as kids. Like, we acknowledged that Pokemon had the better games. That's not a hot take. But the Digimon anime was something special because instead of, like, your lizard evolving and becoming a slightly bigger lizard, it would get a fucking AK-47.
And that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So are you ready for number 10?
Yeah.
If you're into making your daily chores a little more interesting, you can always strap a knife to a Roomba.
Oh, yeah, you can. That's like a random generated path stabbing machine.
Yep. Danger vacuuming. This isn't an original concept, so that's why I put it at number 10. But it's great to like get 2 Roombas, put knives on the front and then balloons on the back, and wait to see which one pops which first. Like that Mario Kart game. Or Mario Kart
it's like Mario Kart, but a little bit dumber.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to see.
All right, number 9. If you're out on a walk with your dog, you don't want to have to like bring a bottle of water and like dish it out for him. Strap one of those beer drinking caps to your dog.
That's
constant
beautiful.
Hydration.
That is beautiful. And you know what? That kind of feels like a Digimon evolution, right?
Probably.
Where it's like my Digimon's a dog. It digivolved. Now it has beer.
Dog with hat.
Yeah.
Dog with hat Amon. Sorry, it has to have Amon.
Yeah. Dog with hat Amon. You're getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, number 8. So you're in a war zone. You got some grenades, but your arm, you don't really have the strength in it. You slept on it funny last night. You don't have the ability to throw it very far. Strap it to a toy helicopter. Get some real distance on that thing.
Strap the grenade to the toy helicopter or your arm?
No, the grenade.
Okay,
Pull
I
the
get
pin,
it now.
Strap the thing to a helicopter, fly it out.
Right? Yeah, no, that could work. That could work. A bit of a kamikaze mission for the toy helicopter, RIP. You're really helping us out there.
Yeah, they're only like $20 though, so that's fine.
That's a mission he's not coming back from, Kellan.
No. What's your life worth? $20 plus tax.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Pay your
number
taxes
7.
and give me number 7.
Number 7. It's always a good idea to strap some clothing to yourself. Public nudity is illegal, folks.
All right, so, I mean, a lot of the Digimon are sort of naked in an animalistic way.
And then they
will
get
Digivolve
jeans.
and they get pants. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you?
Did not make sense. No, not at all.
Well, you're aware that they are computer programs, right? So when they're digivolving,
Slightly.
quote unquote, that's them like downloading patches. They're like accumulating more data. I'm serious. That's
weird.
the lore.
And that's why they get pants?
Yeah, they downloaded the pants
That's
patch.
dumb. That's
You can
stupid.
download pants. You've played The Sims, right?
Yeah, but I've never downloaded an expansion pack.
You wouldn't download a bear.
You wouldn't download pants.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
Watch
download
me.
pants.
Number 6. It's always good to strap anything to the back of a truck as long as you pull on the straps, give the object a pat, and say, "Yup, that's not going anywhere."
You've hung around a dad or two.
Yep. A few dads. Yep.
A few dads. Yeah, any sort of assorted materials from your lawn and or basement.
But you gotta pat it. You gotta hit it. And you gotta say, "Yup, that's not going anywhere."
And when someone
Very
in the
important.
family questions you, you go, no, it's not moving.
No.
No, it's not moving.
All right, number 5. If you have a death wish, you can always strap a gun to your cat. 'Cause that thing will shoot you as soon as it figures out how to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it would. It would. Then it would eat you. That's
Mhm.
the hard truth. I love my
Yep.
cats, but that's just how they are.
Cats are dicks.
Lovable dicks.
Number 4. Strap a pair to yourself. Get some courage, buddy. The drive-thru's not that hard to order from.
Strap a pair?
A
A pair. Like
strap
a pair,
on a pair.
like you're nuts.
Yeah.
I got
The
you.
old
I got
saying, strap on a pair.
Strap on
Come
a pair. You know what? That took me a second. I thought you meant like the fruit. I was like, oh yeah, to eat healthier. Yeah, all right, that's a good idea.
Oh,
No, but
maybe
this was-
strapping a pair.
This was a good old nutsack joke.
Yeah, it was a good old balls joke.
Good old balls joke. Like back
And a
in the
good
good
old-
old days.
Oh, speaking of the good old days, from your friendly neighborhood boomer, number 3, strap some straps to some boots so you can pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get a real job, you damn millennials.
There you go. Like all of your lists, this has deviated into some absurd abstractionism now.
I had to come up with 10 of these.
Where
Some of them are
sayings
not,
and metaphors are king.
10, coming up with 10 of these was hard. Shut up.
No, yeah, I like it. I like it.
All right, number 2, you can here's a good parenting tip
Hmm.
from TCAM. Strap your
TCAM.
one child to your other child when they're arguing so they get along better.
That's true. That's like the
Yeah.
old saying from a much bigger podcast, The Yard, where they say, Kellan, would you rather look after one dog or 9 dogs?
Why would I look after 9 dogs?
Because they'll take care of each other.
Yeah, but that's so much barking.
Yeah, but they'll just look after each other.
Oh, I hate the sound
Like
of
the
that.
kids.
That's why you have lots of kids, so the older ones take care of the younger ones. You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything.
That's how
Dunkers.
life is.
All right, you ready for number 1?
Yeah, let's hear it.
The best thing to strap to something else is to strap a strap-on onto your lover. Thank you.
Oh, God. Okay. You went there.
Yep.
Imagine that. Okay, shout us out in the comments. Do you know of a Digimon who digivolves and grows a
penis?
dildo? Well, a phallic replacement sort of device.
I sure don't know. So.
Yeah, but some of them might.
Yeah.
Also, Digimon's got furry bait, doesn't it, Kellan? Like Gargomon? Like
a ton.
Gargo D's Nutsumon, am I right?
How about the human Digimon that show up later?
Okay, Angel
that's
Woman,
something.
so hot. That was like an
So
awakening.
So weird.
She's so hot. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I watched this in like 240p. I couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah. 2 pixel boobies.
Yep. If I had a nickel for every pixel on that screen, I'd have 45 cents.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Kellan, thank you for that. We are going to get into Digimon. You want to talk some Digimon?
If we have to.
If we have to. So, I'm going to meticulously take us through this movie. I will try to get us through the plot and adventures as we learn and hang out with our favorite creatures, the Digimon. Now, Kellan, would you like you to remind me when we are at the 20-minute marks? That's when we will be taking pauses for our classic literary hour and 4-part analysis.
Yep, I've got 20-minute marks noted down, so we shall stop down at those times and do our regular bits.
Amazing. All right, Kellan. So, Digimon the movie starts with this opening song that is so edgy and so stupid. What were your thoughts about that?
I literally wrote down, this is the first thing in my notes watching this movie. I can't tell if this rap is horrible or amazing.
I know, right? He's like, the Digi past and the Digi present combined. Digi duels will Digi rule. They basically just put Digi in front of every second word and make it a rap.
All the word arts popping up, and then the Digimon that come flying through the screen in like still PNG animations. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're not animated at all.
No.
like could you have made this intro?
I could have. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Very edgy song. It is the classic opening 4Kids song. Okay, so by the way, we are watching the 4Kids version of Digimon the movie. This was like more or less the theatrical release. And so what this movie is it's 3 Japanese Digimon movies that they like recut and turned into a single movie for a North American release, and then like redid all of the music and voices and stuff.
I will say that the chorus, the Digimon Digital Monsters with the backing track on that part was pretty kick-ass.
That goes hard, right?
Yeah. Unironically, yeah.
Yeah, but then the rap...
Then the rap came in and I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. Digi duels will Digi rule. Digi strap-ons.
Then we see some T-Rex motherfucker? Is that what happened next?
Right. So now the movie starts, and it starts with our narrator is Kari. We will definitely meet her a lot more in this. Kari Kamiya. And I'm going to be using basically exclusively the English release names here, which are combined versions of like the Japanese names with some Englishification. But I will be sticking to the 4Kids names for for convenience. So Kari Kamiya's narrating, and she opens up the movie kind of monologuing. Who says there's no such thing against monsters? And we cut in sort of in media res to this fight between Greymon, more specifically the one that fans call actually Red Greymon, because it is not the same as the Greymon who is Tai's companion later. And Greymon is having a kaiju battle in the streets of Japan against Parrotmon. And Kari is dumping a whole lot of
What
lore
an original
right now.
name.
Parrotmon?
Parrotmon.
Yeah. I mean, Digimon names are either right on the nose or completely off the nose. Like they're completely extremely direct, or like a bunch of sounds. And you're like, okay. And then Mon. It's always got Mon.
Mon. Always has Mon, which makes it a little hard to distinguish between them sometimes.
A little.
For me.
A little. That's fair. That's very fair. So Kari is basically lore dumping right at the top here. She talks about how her and others are part of the Digi-destined. So basically these are kids with some special connection to the digital world. So we're also learning that there is the real world and then like a digital twin sort of a world. And we'll learn more about kind of its connections to the real world with that. She talks about herself and a companion named TK. We'll learn about that more. And she brings up who is going to be an important plot factor in this movie, specifically Willis, who is a boy in America. What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
And he has 2 Digimon. All the other Digi-destined have 1 Digimon each.
That's insane.
It is.
How did this guy get 2 Digimon? That's like against the law.
I don't even know, actually. They're just like, he got 2.
Wilson. As always.
No, Willis.
Willis.
You called him Wilson.
Yeah, I got thinking about Home Improvement for a second.
Or Castaway. Wilson!
No, I was thinking of the guy behind
neighbor.
The fence.
Yeah, I got you.
That you never see.
Okay, so the movie, now we kind of get a frame of reference. We cut away from that initial
There's
lore
a
dump.
baby.
and we are in Heighten View Terrace in Japan 8 years ago. And we get this overview again, 2 worlds, our world and the digital world. And here we see Kari, she's a toddler, so like very young here. I don't know the exact age, but like we're talking about like a few years old max.
She
right?
can talk, yeah, so.
She
But
can
she's still like
talk,
in a high
but
chair.
she's still kind of yeah, so she's a
Yeah.
toddler-ish, right?
Like 2 and a
yeah,
half, maybe.
3, I don't know, something like that.
2 to 3.
And her older brother is named Tai, so this is Taichi Tai Kamiya, goes by Tai in the English release. He's a bit older, he's maybe like 10. Actually,
and he has
he's
bathroom
maybe younger
issues.
than that here. He's like
Yeah.
7 or 8, yeah. He's got
And he has-
bathroom issues,
Yeah, he goes to the bathroom like 5 times a night, she says.
Yeah,
like
that was kind of surprising to me too. They're like, it's just another typical night, so Ty is on his 4th trip to the bathroom, and I'm like, does he
I didn't realize
die
he was
of
60.
diabetes? Yeah, like what is going on?
Yeah, he should go see a doctor.
Yeah, and Kari also has a problem because she's like staring at a computer in the middle of the night.
And then the girl from the ring shows up and
Out of the
pulls
computer?
Kari into the computer. Yeah.
You will die in 7 days.
So then there's like an egg.
Oh, right.
Like
so
an egg shows up.
This is the Digi-egg, okay? And we
Mm.
learn that Willis in America is also being visited by a Digi-egg. But basically, Kari sees this egg coming out of the computer. Now, they both kind of go back to sleep. Think it's like Ty thinks it's a dream anyways. And in the morning, he wakes up. The mom, get a load of the mom in this. Like, you must have a really weird impression of anime moms by now, hey, Kellan?
Yeah, this mom was very funny.
Right. She's
I
hilarious.
liked her.
But, I heard through the grapevine that you're a bit of a Pokemon fan. Is that true?
Just a touch. Just
Yeah,
a
a bit of a
touch.
skeleton in the closet for you.
Mhm.
But, there's a famous mom on that show.
Mhm.
And she also has some, like, funny kind of weird moments. Always talking about Ash's underwear. Like, does this mom kind of have similar, like, weird sort of go with the wind kind of vibes, too?
Well, this mom seems to be all about cooking and recipe
Yeah.
making.
Like, weird recipes.
And she's not good at it. Yeah. I think
Right.
you would like Ash's mom, though, in the Pokemon anime.
Yeah, you think?
I think so.
Actually have not really seen it before.
Maybe we should do a podcast about that sometime.
Yeah, maybe someday in the digital world. So she runs out the door. Why I brought up this mom. She's like, take care of your sister. I was like, Ty is like 6. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
and
know
then he
how
starts
old he is.
cooking eggs. Like, he's on the stove cooking eggs. Why is the child cooking?
Yeah, and it felt like they did that just so that they could have that surprise cutaway because they're talking about the egg. Like, was the egg, the Digi-egg real? And then he's cooking, so it's like a fake out. Like, are they cooking the egg?
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's kind of what I got, because then Ty
'cause the
makes a
kid was-
joke about it. He's like, this will taste better than that computer egg.
Well, yeah, because he's not cooking the computer egg.
Right.
So, I don't know. Yeah, so they're kicking eggs or something. The kid is kicking an egg. The baby.
Yeah, so
or
Kari,
something.
so this is where we find out the egg is actually real. Kari has the egg that came out of the computer, and
Mhm.
she drops it, and then sort of like has like this like fight with the cat where it's like bouncing around, she's chasing it. Now Kari is pretty cute here because she's using a whistle to communicate.
Oh
So
my
she, like,
god, that
won't
whistle's
talk.
so annoying.
She's just using a whistle. I thought it was
Holy
cute. I thought it
shit.
was
Don't
cute.
give a toddler a whistle. Holy Christ. Bad idea.
I thought it was cute. Very creative way to communicate. And so Ty kind of clues in, okay, yeah, she's got this egg. She falls into the room. Ty's already trying to come up with sort of a strategy for hiding this thing, or explaining it, I guess. He's like, we're going to tell other kids that our chicken coop is on a nuclear waste dump. It's a mutant egg.
It's a good cover story, honestly.
Kind of
I'd
weird.
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it hatches. And it
This
hatches
is where the egg
into the
hatches.
void.
Into the what?
The void.
Oh, the void. Yes. This
uses
is
bubble.
a Botamon.
Botamon.
There's like a few Botamon. Yeah, there's a few
Botamon. Then.
evolutions in this movie that they don't name during the movie. But yeah, this is the, what's it called? The baby, the fresh form. It's called the fresh form of Agumon. So Kellan, Digimon have like a whole bunch of different evolutionary forms, okay?
Yeah, I gathered
And there's
that.
sort of like 6 canon ones, like 6 like normal ones.
That's absurd.
But well, there's way more too, like that you
I
get
think
through
3.
certain abilities.
I think 3 would have been a good
3?
number.
That's insane. What kind of series
know.
has 3?
I don't know.
So yeah, they have 6 by default. And the first form is called the fresh form, and then it goes to in training, and then rookie, and then champion, and then ultimate, and then mega. Got all that?
Absurd. It's absurd. Yeah, like at one point during the movie, they're like, "Oh, this is the champion form." I was like, "Cool, that's the ultimate one." Then like, "This is the ultimate form." God damn it!
Yeah. And
How much farther are we going?
And then it just keeps escalating.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like Digimon was designed by someone who is like, you know what? I just like the like hype power up moments of anime. Let's make that the whole anime.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the egg hatches. We got Bodemon, and it's this weird little black thing, and it jumps right at Ty's face, and then hides under the bed.
But it starts singing the theme, and it was pretty cute.
Yeah, Kari and the creature kind of start singing the theme together. Yep, very cute, definitely.
It's pretty adorable.
Pretty adorable.
Someone calls it a throw pillow. I thought that was kind of messed up.
Yeah, that's their excuse to their mom. They're gonna call it a throw pillow because Kari has like said that she wants to keep it. Kari's talking now suddenly, right? That kind of throws Ty off.
Yeah, because she's talking to the thing, isn't she?
Yeah.
That's
why Ty gets kind of mad. He's like, "You'll talk to the creature, but not to me."
And then there's a staticky phone call, and when we look back, Bodemon's bald and poops everywhere.
That's exactly what happens, Kellan. Okay, so here, let me, the Digimon expert, walk you through it. So, right?
Okay.
So Sora gets a phone call, and there's kind of stuff through I think it's from Sora. So we will meet Sora later, but that's a good friend of Ty's. And Sora's mad at Ty because Mimi told her that Ty threw up in her hat. And apparently that's what Ty does to his friends, throws up in their hats. But yeah, the phone's all static, and electronics period around them are going nuts. This is, of course, a big theme, right? It's that whenever Digivolution is happening, the electronics get all messed up. And so the Bodemon has now digivolved into a Koromon, which is, a pink little creature. And this is the in-training form of the Agumon line.
The thing's like 5 minutes old. How did it digivolve so fast?
It's downloading data. It's collecting data, Kellan.
What's its down speed? Jesus, that's fast. Can we run a ping test on this thing?
Digimon are also kind of another unique part, Kellan, is that Digi-evolution is not permanent. So
I gathered
it's
that
not
as well,
about their
at some
growth,
point.
it's about like their current data status. And
How much Bitcoin do they have?
Yeah, pretty much. It's about the volatility of Bitcoin. Yeah, at that very moment.
When the market goes up, they can digivolve. When it crashes, they devolve.
Everybody invest. We need bulls in order to defeat this virus. Yeah, and then they do a bunch of, like you said, kind of cheap jokes where the Koromon's, like, pooping randomly. I don't know, whatever.
Come on. That's so cheap. Cheap shots.
It was a little cheap. Now, Kari's going to feed it with a cat food, so now their poor cat is quite angry, right? And Koromon is, like, jumping on Kari and Ty. He's got a bunch of energy, and this is, like, soundtrack hit number 1. Funk Soul Brothers starts playing. Well, he's jumping on their faces, and then the cat and Koromon have a fight.
Yeah, and Koromon, like, suffocates Kari.
Yeah,
Kari?
Yeah.
That was messed up.
Staying on their faces. Yeah, and the other kind of funny thing is like this is like kind of officially the first fight of the movie, right? The cat versus Koromon, and the cat wins.
Yeah, that thing almost killed Koromon.
I sort of got the message here that they're like Digimon are tough, but house cats, they're the ultimate.
Give that thing a gun. And let's see what happens.
Yeah. I heard somebody made a list with that in it.
Yeah. So then Mom made liver sticks, which was every kid's favorite.
Yeah.
And this is where I first heard Koromon's name. I heard it as Horomon at first. And I was very confused. No, Horomon.
Oh, like they were calling it a whore?
Yeah. I thought that was a little messed up. And then it starts talking English.
Yeah, and this is the other thing, is most Digimon can just talk.
I don't like that.
Is it a little unsettling?
It's too unsettling. They make it too real.
Every Digimon is Meowth, okay?
Who's Meowth?
I don't know. Some hilarious cat.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, he can talk. Kari and Koromon are talking. And Koromon is also has big attachment. He's suddenly calling them the best friends ever.
I wrote down, quit making out with the toddler.
That was weird.
In my
jumping
notes.
on their
and
faces.
And then immediately I wrote, quit pooping in all caps.
Mm-hmm. And now you were saying, like, holy crap, did it digivolve fast? Well, it's nighttime. It digivolves again.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah, Korumon's looking a little freaked out. And Kari does tell us, the narrator Kari tells us now, that this is not the Koromon from later in the main anime. And Koromon digivolves, and one of the kids goes, expanded more than my Uncle Fred at Thanksgiving.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Then it becomes an actual dinosaur.
Right.
And so this is Agumon, right?
This is Agumon, and this is
why
its
is he so
form.
big? Why is it so big?
I don't actually
Agumon was
know.
small.
He is smaller. This is one of those things that there's just like kind of fan speculation, and this is also why they will uniquely call this like Big Agumon, and the later one they call Red Greymon. Just because this is I don't actually know the answer here, but it's an above averagely sized Agumon. It's actually huge.
Yeah, it's pretty giant. It's some Godzilla ass motherfucker,
or at least Velociraptor.
No, it's bigger than a Velociraptor.
Bakari is a toddler.
Absolutely. Yeah, but this thing was massive still.
It's like a car size.
No, it was way bigger than that.
No. It hasn't. This isn't Greymon yet.
I know, but it was so fucking big.
It was big, but it's not bigger than a car.
I'm pretty sure
because it lands on and crushes the car.
Well, yeah, that would make him bigger than a car.
Well, no, he's about the same size.
I don't know about that,
but maybe taller.
Anyway,
taller.
He's got fire breath too.
Yeah, so Kari is riding cool. Agumon. Agumon jumps, crushes, kind of breaks through the apartment window and smashes a car. Sounds like that's their mom's car. That's bad.
No.
Yeah, and we get a little sequence now of Ty's running after them, but Kari and Agumon are just like having their fun in the city. They're like getting soda from the vending machine. yeah, he's got fire blast. He's got pepper breath, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that was funny because he's like smashes the vending machine, and Kari's like, usually we use money for that.
Not Digimon. They use their fists. But we also get a funny sequence here. So a semi almost hits them, but Agumon jumps over the semi, and we hear the drivers go, "Did you see that? No, I was sleeping, but you were driving."
I missed that one.
Yeah.
And then he almost blows up a bus, but like a helicopter distracts him and he blows up the helicopter instead.
Yeah, Kari's like, don't blow up that bus. Like, this Agumon is now kind of revealing a pretty scary, violent side. He is wanting to blow shit up. Kari does not like it. And this is where, in the sky, electricity, we get another Digi-egg coming through the sky this time.
Yeah, this massive one.
I'd hate to see the chicken that egg comes out of.
But then there's Bird.
Well, this is Parrotmon. And this is now the kaiju battle we saw in the first shot of the movie. And this is going to be Agumon versus Parrotmon. We don't know why they're fighting. They hate each other.
It's just innate. It's nature.
Yeah. I guess Parrotmon is like a virus type. I don't know. That was never really explained. Yeah, they're just like, let's fight.
Parrotmon like kills Agumon, but then he digivolves again, and he's a bigger dinosaur.
Yeah, okay. So we got a bunch going on here. We do get to see our first shot of Joe here. We see one of the other characters, Joe, calling either Mimi or Izzy. So we kind of do get the connection to the other Digidestined here, that they are starting to pay attention to what's going on. These are other kids with this digital innateness. Yeah, and the Parrotmon fight is going on. Agumon is pepper flaming back, hits the parrot. The parrot just starts laughing, and he uses a move called Sword of Destroyer, which is a big lightning blast, tons of destruction, and this is where Agumon, is kind of like defeated, but he digivolved. And now we get the red Greymon. Because I'm Greymon now. So Greymon is like huge. He's your big dino.
I thought he said grandma at first. I was very confused.
You could call me grandma, kid.
I thought he went, I'm grandma now.
I will say some of the Digimon names specifically were hard to make out. I would also be thinking like, wait, did they say what I thought they said?
Like, I thought he was just making a joke. I didn't know he was like telling them his name.
It was a formal introduction.
Yeah.
I'm grandma now.
And then Kari like blasts the whistle and commands Red Greymon.
I guess.
Grandma?
Something like that. Well, Grandma uses Nova Flame. And this is basically a super powered version of Pepper Breath. Yeah, and that is doing something against Parrotmon. But man, this is a big kaiju battle. The Digimon theme starts playing again. We've got Parrotmon zapping back. Wow, Greymon falls down at one point. The kids are trying to wake him up, and this is where the whistle comes in. Kari's trying to whistle. She doesn't have a whole lot of breath. Tai whistles harder, and this is kind of working, I guess. And then Greymon wakes up and punk music starts playing. And he uses Nova Flame a bunch, and then the Digimon are gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Grandma uses Nova Flame on the fan art list.
There you go. That would be an out of context quote for a T-shirt.
That too.
Grandma
that too.
uses.
We
Nova
got to start
Flame.
collecting those.
I just want those four words on a shirt.
So then after everything's done, we get the explanation that they became the Digi-destined by seeing this.
Yeah.
So they all saw this event and they just like decided they were the chosen ones, or what? That's what I got out of it.
We don't really know the chicken or the egg here. They can trace back that there's this correlation that all of the Digi-destined saw this event, but the Digi-destined are kids who have Digimon, basically, who have Digimon companions in the digital world, and they later, traced through talking to each other that this was a unique event they all experienced as kids.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We don't know if this kind of was seen to them or shown to them because they were Digi-destined, or they became Digi-destined because they saw it. We don't really know which direction it goes.
Okay. Gotcha. So then there's a time jump. Whoa.
Yeah, the first time jump. This happens twice in the movie. 4 years later. And now we're into like what is a bit more of a bulk of the movie. There's kind of like two main plots that go on, but this is like plot 1. 4 years later. We're introduced to Izzy. Well, how do you find Izzy, Kellan?
Well, pretty easily because he was right there.
Oh, good joke.
Hey, thank you. Izzy was funny. I liked Izzy.
Yeah, he's kind of a nerd, but he's likable. Yeah. He's a likable nerd, aren't we all?
He interacts very well with the mom. They had some fun.
His banter with the mom is funny. Yeah. So Izzy has discovered that there's a computer virus online.
Oh God.
We get shots of a bunch of his.
Who downloaded LimeWire again?
Yeah, who got the JFK speech? Or no, what was it? What was the president in the 90s? Bill Clinton. Who downloaded the Bill Clinton speech again? That was a thing. You were probably too young for that.
I don't know about the downloading a Bill Clinton speech. I know about the intern thing.
No, there was a bunch of, in the early days of LimeWire, like a lot of, it was the most, it was like the Rick Rolling of that time. Like you would download a song and it would just be a Bill Clinton speech. It was the same Bill Clinton speech.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
A Digimon hatches inside of an email.
Yep.
That I found that weird.
That's what happened.
I've been finding that weird for 65 weeks.
So we've got the real world, we've got the digital world, and then we've got like the digital stuff in the real world, and they're sort of like their own place. But the digital things in the real world, Digimon can interact with. Like, although the digital world is sort of something else. I don't really know, but they see a virus hatch basically on the internet.
And that was the virus. Okay.
Yeah, that was the virus.
Watch the virus hatch.
Yeah, and Izzy's worried, and here we learn that there's a whole bunch of other kids around the world watching this too. Not just Digi-Death, but other people are paying attention this time.
And then Tai is writing an email to someone about how he threw up in her hat.
That's Sora. So that goes back to the phone call from the beginning.
God, it was so hype when Sora got revealed for Smash. Like, it was really cool seeing the source material.
Yeah, this is the same Sora. I know you didn't see the clown shoes, but they're coming.
Okay, good. That's like a season 4 thing?
Yeah, that's all I care about, the clown shoes, right?
Gotcha.
So Tai and Sora are having a rocky relationship, but he's got this email, and he's basically like confessing his love kind of thing. But then, but he's not going to send it. But then Kari runs in and just sends it for him, causing Tai to fall over.
Of course.
Wah, wah.
And then there's like a montage, and I just wrote
here
down,
we go,
what
Kellan.
the
Hit
fuck
me.
are the bare naked ladies doing here?
Yes, and that isn't Bare Naked Ladies. That is the Bare Naked Ladies,
the Canadian band, Bare Naked Ladies. Why? Why? What are my Bare Naked Ladies doing in a Digimon movie?
This is a very wild soundtrack, isn't it?
Very weird.
It's the most late 90s, early 2000s soundtrack ever. It's like they just like got an AI to say, Hey, make me a soundtrack from the year 2000.
Oh,
And this is what it
ChatGPT.
came out. It's like 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies, but it is
That's fine.
surprising that this was in like not much anime was doing this, right? This is actually
Mhm.
kind of an anomaly. There are a couple other instances, especially with the 4Kids stuff, where they were trying to put in licensed American and Canadian music, but mostly, it would be orchestral or like Japanese music, and having these licensed songs in there, it's weird. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it was, a real whiplash moment for me.
I could imagine. I kind
Yeah.
of think it's awesome, but only because I expected it. Bare Naked Ladies are playing, and I'm just gonna like dump a bunch of the basically the plot forward a bit here, just to keep things moving. So during this montage, we basically see Sora. We see the other Digidestined and kind of what they're doing. So we see Sora walking past some TVs. There's like a Digimon on them, just like down the street. We see Joe on the subway, but he misses it. Mimi's mail is overflowing, so she's not even home. We see Izzy
Classic
running down
Mimi.
the street. Classic Mimi. Now TK and Matt are like watching baseball at their grandparents' house, and the score is going wild. And then Kari's at a birthday party. And then we kind of cut to Izzy running into Ty's house and screaming about that the egg is hatched. And this is where we get a quick dump. Now, the egg is hatched online. The Digimon analyzer doesn't recognize what it is. It's part virus. It could destroy the net. And Izzy is getting info from someone named Willis in Colorado, who's some smart cookie, all about it. And at this point, they are kind of online watching this entity, and it digivolves and sends them an email that says, "I'm hungry," and then totally starts Pac-Manning around the
That's
internet
what I
eating
put.
everything.
I put, "It's Pac-Man." Oh my
Waka
god.
waka waka waka.
And then we see that this guy is the cause of all the grocery inflation we've been having lately.
So this is exactly the problem in the real world, Kellan.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
This guy is why butter costs $8 a brick.
It's not Loblaw's greed?
No, well, it's both. I think this guy's working for Loblaws.
Oh my god, Galen Westonmon.
Ah.
Yeah, so
That's good.
in stores, like, yeah, prices are going wild. Nothing electronic is working. This virus is causing mayhem. So Ty and Izzy are running into Ty's dad's office. They're going to use their computer. We get another of Mom's weird recipes, beef jerky shakes.
Mom, no.
Oh no.
No. Yeah, and their plan is to delete the thing or call Bill Gates.
Yeah, they go. Can you delete it? I tried that. Can you call the principal or Bill Gates? They
Call Bill
won't
Gates.
listen.
And that's 20 minutes. That was the first 20
Okay,
minutes of the
there we
movie.
go. So we get the Digimon Adventure prelude and then the first 5 minutes of our war game, which is kind of what this next section is called. So, Kellan, let's do one of your famous literary hours.
Yeah, so every week we watch an episode, and then I try to pick out some trope or some theme to go along with it that compares nicely to like an old piece of classic literature usually, but sometimes I talk about films or modern things. Films is what we're talking about here. We're gonna do these every 20 minutes or so. So we see the fight at the beginning of the movie. This is literally just a kaiju battle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We can all agree on that.
We all agree.
That is a classic trope right there, the kaiju battle. It's even a whole genre of films still being made to this day, like Godzilla -1. That's a kaiju movie. It just won an Oscar.
Yeah,
It's
that was a
crazy.
big deal that it won an Oscar.
I heard it's very good.
I
should
haven't
probably
seen it
watch
yet either. I
Me
want
neither.
to. I do like kaiju movies.
But this movie I found is just like that scene in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, where Godzilla fights against Rodan because it's a big dinosaur lizard guy fighting against a bird. It's the
Fighting
same
against
thing.
a bird. You
It's
nailed
the
it.
same thing.
It is the exact same thing. So can I get the exact name of that movie again?
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2.
Wow, beautiful. What year
I
is
know,
that
right?
from? Like 60s, 70s?
I think 90s it was.
Oh, wow. That's a later one.
Let me look it up. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2 was 1993.
Wow. Yeah, no, you nailed it, Kellan. That was a
Yeah, thank
perfect
you.
literary hour.
Thank
Maybe
you.
the best I've
Like
ever
usual.
heard. Yeah.
Like usual.
Yeah.
They're always good.
So now we're going to jump to the forepour of the plastic ping pong pitcher of objective ratings. I, the Digimaniac, will pull 2 categories from random from this ping pong pitcher, and we will rank the episode based on that. Gonna get
All
a
right,
little
what's that
ping
first
pong
category?
action. And the first category is poop.
Oh, not that category.
This
That
was
one
a
sucks.
crazy one. It's been in here for so long.
Yeah,
If
when
it
did
gets
we
a
put that
zero,
one
we
in?
take it out.
Oh, that's
It's
the
from the
pay
pay
it
it
forward
forward.
one?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's in there twice. That's like
That's
that's
2
an easy
poops.
like 7.
Yeah. It's
'Cause
not that often we get 2 poops.
when we put it in, it's because there were like 5 poops in the episode. So
Well, if 5's a 10, then 2's only a 4.
I think it's exponential.
Oh yeah. It's a logarithmic scale.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. If that's what that means. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going 7.
I'm gonna go 6.5. I thought the poops were a little cheap. Okay, and that gives us a score of 6.75 averaged for poop. That pay it forward category. What a nuisance.
I really hate that one's going back in the forequarter.
Oh, yeah, we got to live with it.
Really
again.
gross.
Okay, I'm stirring around a little bit of that. Okay. Oh, I got it. What the featured Digimon would taste like.
Oh, okay. It's a good one.
So Parrotmon is this is really his only appearance. So I think it's Parrotmon.
Okay. Well, he's a bird.
Yeah.
Poultry. I like poultry.
I'd eat some fried Parrotmon.
I tried parrot, yeah.
What does parrot taste like, you think?
Probably chicken.
Yeah, probably.
That's
Maybe
what most things taste
bonier. I
like.
had quail once and was not impressed. That's just like a rich people chicken, but it sucks. There's no meat.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's tiny.
You gotta put it into a chicken.
Yeah,
Which then goes into a duck, into a turkey.
Into a goose, yes.
Into a goose.
Nailed it.
Yeah. The quadderducken noose.
And then you put the goose inside a Parrotmon.
Oh, yeah. Quadderducken goosemon. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is pretty strong. Parrotmon looks tasty.
Probably good. Yeah.
I'm going 8.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Oh, wow. So that gives us a flat score of 8 for featured Digimon taste.
Let's jump back into the movie, shall we? There's a ghost thing. What the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, so the Digimon that it's evolved into is kind of creepy. Creepy ghost looking thing. Like it's digivolved again. This thing is called a Keramon. Keramon. It is at the rookie level now, so it's comparable to their own Digimon. Yeah, it's a creepy ghost thing, and it wants to eat everything.
And then they Skype with it.
Yeah,
that was weird.
It's like looking them in the eyes, but then it's like emailing them. But they can see it online. I don't know what the website is for watching this thing. But then we get a real Skype here because Ty's wishing for Agumon.
Back in the day were really weird.
Yeah, this is like Omegle, right? Yeah. You just Omegle with a ghost.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, better than a penis, which is the most common, I think. Okay, so Ty wishes for Agumon, and what's this? He is hearing Agumon. So with Genai, who is sort of their helper through one of the digital realms. Yeah, Genai. And there's Tentomon. So there's like some kind of digital garden. Now, a lot of these characters aren't important for this movie, but we get basically all of the Digidestin's Digimon kind of zoom by here. We get Biomon, which is Sora's, Gabumon, which is Matt's, Palmon, which is Mimi's, Patamon, which is TK's, Gomamon, which is Joe's, and Gatomon, which is Kari's. All right. But really the important ones here are Tentomon, that's Izzy's, who is he's like a ladybug looking kind of thing. Kind of cool. And then Agumon, of course, who we met in the intro, but this is a different Agumon. He's a bit more normal size now, but he's like a little dinosaur, a little orange dinosaur. And then we will get to meet Gabumon a bit more later too. He is like a wolf lizard thing. A little bizarre looking, but cool.
Yeah. I only know Agumon.
Yeah, this was just like a whole bunch of characters, Kellan?
Yep, these were just things.
Then a bunch of things happened.
Yep.
So
and then
we
no one picks up the phone.
That the virus is threatening the internet. We don't quite know if it's a Digimon. It is worse than the evil 4 Digimasters who they fought in anime season 1. But they also find out that their Digimon can enter the internet and help save the world. So that's kind of going to be loosely the plan.
They didn't know that before?
No.
Well, I feel like that was That should have been obvious, shouldn't
This
it?
sort of thing hasn't really happened that much yet. So in the anime, a lot of it is the kids get sucked into the Digi world, which is like an entirely different world. And then there was a plot line with this big bad named Myotismon, where he was like bringing Digimon out into real world Odaiba. But this is like somewhere in between now. So this is the first, I think, sort of like internet attack.
Right. I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched. We watched
Yeah.
Myotismon attack
Yeah.
Odaiba, right?
It was like 20 episodes ago.
Yeah, about that.
So then they try to call all their friends, but no one's picking up the phone except Grandma.
Wasn't that funny?
That was great. That was a good scene.
They can't get any of their friends except for Matt and TK's grandma.
I love talking to them too.
Well, her opening line, because he's like, I'm Ty. She's like, you're selling ties? No, my name's Ty. It takes so long. Oh my god.
Are the kids there, whatever the fuck their names are?
Matt and TK.
I love them too. I love having them here. I need to talk to them. I love talking to them too.
Oh boy.
I talk to them all day.
All day. Well, this is the furthest they've gotten through with anyone. There's more phone calls. We only get Mimi's answering machine. Kari has a phone, but like she doesn't want to listen because she's at a birthday party. Izzy calls Sora for Ty, but Sora doesn't want to talk. She's so moody. And then we get so many like good mom jokes during this whole time. She's made potato juice. She's made spinach cookies. She drops the nuclear bomb of a line. This is the first time I've used flour to bake a cake.
I think this mom spends all day cooking to fill a void she's missing in her heart. What's she missing in her life?
I don't know.
She's clearly too into cooking if she's doing all these weird experimental things.
The dad's never home, so it brings her to potato juice.
She's missing some affection, I think.
Yeah. She also has
this registered therapist.
She also has this line, like she thinks, because they're making so many phone calls. So she's like, "Are you having more friends over? I'll make a 3-bean salad." And she's like, and Ty's like, "No one's coming over." He's like, "That's okay. I only have 2 beans anyway." So dumb.
She's great. I like her a lot. Very fun.
Yeah, she was funny. Yeah.
So then we go into the internet, I believe.
Yeah, where are we exactly? So Agumon and Tentomon are zooming into the internet. They use Izzy's password to get on. Okay. And the internet just looks like a bunch of gears and clocks, which Karamon is snacking down on.
The internet had a lot more pastels than I was expecting.
Yeah, right? Very Easter colored.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Yeah.
Very topical.
Yeah, very topical.
And so, yeah, he's eating the internet, which was weird.
Yeah, but Tentomon and Agumon do not like that. So Tentomon uses Super Shocker, and Agumon uses Pepper Breath. They both hit him, but they don't do anything. This is a sturdy virus.
And then they just decide to Digivolve. They're just like, screw it. I'm going to do that now.
We're kind of
that's a thing I can do.
Told that they're able to Digivolve because the kids are connected in with their Digivices. The Digivices are sort of enabling them.
And, Bluetooth. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. They've got Bluetooth, and it's able to give them more data so that they can Digivolve basically.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also where Karamon sends them a really creepy email. It says, "So you want to play games?"
Oh God, he's Saw fan.
He's a huge Saw fan. Yeah, maybe that's what he was eating, just like tons of MP4s of Saw.
So yeah, Grandma is back.
Yeah.
And so is Buttermon. That's what I wrote down.
Please try to say his name. Do you know what it is?
I heard Buttermon.
This is Kabuterimon.
Yeah, I did not hear that.
Yeah.
I heard Butter.
He's pretty cool looking though, eh? He's like freaky looking.
Honestly, I don't remember what he looked like.
Oh, he's like a big bug kind of warrior, like multi-arms. He's okay, think from that Pokemon show, there's that Heracross guy. Think like a really fucked up Heracross.
Okay, gotcha. I'll say, yeah, they're the champion level, obviously. And then Buttermon dies, and then they go to the ultimate level, which I thought twice were the top levels now. But I'm hearing there is another one above ultimate.
So right, Kabuterimon and Greymon, they're not. It's a tough battle. They're getting hit back by Karamon. Karamon Digivolves, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's becoming the champion." So now it's called Infermon. And it's sort of this like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like a spider, but not really. Like a fucking weird spider man dude.
It was pretty creepy.
And they thought that this was a champion, but it's actually an ultimate.
Oh, of course.
It's actually the ultimate, and we learned this quickly because it is launching itself at him and just like fucking them up. So this is where, they realize, okay, if there's the ultimate, we gotta digivolve more than just champion. But while Greymon and Kabuterimon are trying to digivolve, Informon is hitting them mid-evolution, digivolution, and then flees. And Tentomon and Agumon got devolved to rookie. So this is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, the spider guy just has a better crypto wallet, and he's just able to, throw some Bitcoin at them to really hurt them. And
he actually diversified his coin portfolio. Yeah. He's got Dogecoin, he's got Ether, he's got all the big ones.
Yeah, he got in on the ground floor. That was all she wrote.
And is this all he's doing right now? Is just trying to like spread news of his new coin? Informon coin.
Yeah, I think that's the whole plot, right?
Yeah.
That's what I got out of it. That was my next literary hour. Thank you for ruining that.
A crypto scam. So Willis emails them. This is the Willis from Colorado.
I just realized I wrote Wilson. I don't know why.
You wrote Wilson?
I wrote it as Wilson.
Oh my God. You cannot keep names straight, Kellan. You're notorious for messing names up. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not like detail oriented about that at all.
No, not at all. Now I am very detail oriented. I can keep everything straight and narrow. So Willis says, sorry, this is my fault, which we don't get, but that's an interesting lore tidbit for later. And Informon sends a very creepy email just saying hello a bunch, and it's sent from the phone company.
Yeah, so email Spamamon is sending chain letters to everybody, telling them to forward to all their friends, or they will die a horrible death.
And he has DDO West, the network, now.
Yeah.
Phones aren't working at all.
Yeah, he can make robocalls, too. That was messed up.
Ty is, again, trying to call his friends. They're all busy. And apparently this is an actual lady handling the phone line, the busy line, because she yells at him.
That was good.
It's still busy!
I told you! Stop calling! And then we go to Hawaii, and then we leave Hawaii.
Yeah, very
This
randomly.
is Mimi's appearance, I guess.
Okay, is that what's happening here? I think I missed the exact timing. But yeah, Mimi's in Hawaii.
They're trying to get to everybody, but she won't answer.
She is basically not involved in this movie at all.
Oh, because she sent them a postcard.
Hawaii. Yeah.
That's why we went to Hawaii.
Right. Yeah, so Izzy leaves during this time. Ty is stressed. We're hearing on the news that, we see Matt's grandma watching the news, and we hear that the stock market is in chaos. People are rioting in the streets. And the granny goes, that's nice. And then they're like, we interrupt this with a special broadcast. And she goes, goody, I hope it's a high-speed chase.
Yeah, so the next scene is the chase when they chased OJ down the highway.
Exactly.
It got really weird for a minute.
We like to cut in like great 90s iconic times, iconic news from the 90s. Yeah.
Go OJ, get away from them.
So Izzy has now come back, and what he's brought with him is a satellite uplink. Okay, since they keep getting cut off of the internet and stuff. Well, for some reason, he has a military satellite uplink, kid. And Ty's like, how does that work? And Izzy's like, do you know what a semiconductor is? And Ty drops this great line. Is that a guy who works part-time on a train? Come on, good one. So they can leave messages to each other, but they can't call. So they have this really slow correspondence with Matt and TK, and they've sort of told him that you got to get your Digivice to a computer. So now they're going to race into town, or they're racing on a moped. Okay, because that's just what you do in Japan. But like
it was a road
is
trip.
Playing like
I put that too.
ska.
I put what the fuck is this road trip song? Is this ska? I love ska.
There's quite a bit of ska in this.
I'm down for some ska.
Which immediately dates something to either being from this era or like any part of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series.
So then we hear the spider thing is eating the internet in New York now.
Yeah, it's got to New York. It is eating everything. They went to Warren Willis. Don't know if anything happens there. Matt and TK have gotten online, so they get their Digimon, Gabumon and Patomon. So Gabumon is the like wolf lizard thing, and Patomon is just like a chill little dude. I don't really know what to describe him as. He's just like a little cute thing. So they're online. They got online at this like barber shop in whatever small town they are, which is just full of old people that are impressed that they know how to use a computer, which was kind of funny.
And then, so the internet in this area in New York is like a bunch of girders and ladders. So is the internet like designed specifically for every area in
I
their
guess
style?
so. That's kind of
That
what
was
that
kinda
felt
neat.
like, right?
Yeah, because there were no pastels. I missed the pastels.
That's kind of how it looks like in the Mega Man Battle Network series too. Like because that is like a cyberpunk thing like this as well. And
Mhm.
if you log into an area that's like, oh, like you log into your stove because you can do that in the game. I don't know why. And then the stove will like have like flames all in the background. But if you log into like the power company, it's got like circuits and stuff, right? And that kind of felt like
Gotcha.
this. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like the subway area of the internet, I guess.
Yeah, and then this fight also got live streamed on twitch.tv slash Spidermon guy.
Are you kidding me? This fight is so dirty. It's only meant for kick. This is a kick only stream. Right. So Infomon is looking for someone. They don't really know who. Kids are watching all over the world. We get a huge Digi-evolution here. It's really just Agumon and Gabumon who are kind of like in the action right now, eh? Yeah. And I want to hear your opinion about this. So they have Warp Digivolved, which means they skip a bunch of forms, and they are now in their
What?
Mega form. So they have skipped Champion, they've skipped Ultimate, they went right to Mega.
Okay.
And we get War Greymon, who's
Oh
like
my
just
God.
like he's not even a dinosaur anymore. He's just like an awesome warrior dude. And we have Metal Garurumon, who is like a dog with cannons.
What is that name?
Metal Garurumon?
Yes.
I know. My notes are so crazy because I had to keep writing Metal Garurumon over and over.
Yeah, that was something. And then the spider changes again.
Yeah, into a big evil thing. It's like a big dark devil. This is Diabolomon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we get a bunch of attacks back and forth.
I just wrote puppy tackles. Izzy has a stroke.
That's exactly what happens. Diabolomon uses Cable Crusher, and Patamon and Tentomon are stuck now against grids. So it's going to be up to Metal Garurumon and War Greymon to cool down this demon. So Metal Garurumon, his attacks are all kind of ice-based, and Greymon's are all fire-based. So Metal Garurumon uses Ice Wolf Spike, which like basically is a bunch of missiles being launched. Diabolomon hits back with a Slam Wrecker, blast everywhere. War Greymon doesn't even use a named attack. He just starts punching the shit out of Diabolomon.
Punch.
And meanwhile, you'd probably like this part, Kellan. Izzy starts getting diarrhea from the potato juice.
There's that poop coming back again.
Yeah, I don't know what is with this movie and some cheap jokes.
Yeah. But then they B-sawed. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they get a blue screen of death.
No.
Oof. Yikes.
And then backstory, I gave this girl a hairpin, and she said, what, you don't like my hat? And I was like, no, your hat's nice. And she was like, what, you don't like my hair? And then their friendship was ruined.
So context, folks, that is the backstory into why Sora won't talk to Tai, because
That is
Tai gave Sora
absurd.
a hair clip, and she was offended that he didn't like her hair.
I thought it was because he threw up in her hat.
No, that was from the 4 years before that. That was why they were fighting in the first
Was
part
it?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, in
But I thought
part
this
2
was-
here, they're fighting because of the hair clip.
I thought that was part 2.
No.
Because Kari was bigger.
No, the puking of the hat was told to Sora by Mimi in part 1. Trust me.
I don't think that's right, but okay.
Yeah, trust me. She might have brought up the hat again, but the hat incident
maybe.
was from 4 years.
Okay.
Unless she pukes in her hat all the time.
So Agumon's dead.
Yeah, War Greymon
What
is
happened here?
frozen. You know, they've been cut off from the net here, and Izzy is getting email from people all over the world. They're trolling them. They're like, your Digimon suck. They're not even moving. And then Diabolomon whips out a clock. And it's got 10 minutes on it.
And then the US launches some missiles.
apparently
40 minutes.
Diabolomon. Oh, okay. Yes, let's pause there. So the timer has started, and
Nice
our timer
cliffhanger.
is up. Let's go to the literary hour. Kellan, what do you
Yeah,
find?
so I found some interesting things about. I'm gonna go a little weird here, but for I want to point out a specific little design element in this spider guy here, whatever his name is.
Infamon or
Sure.
Diabolomon?
I don't know. I don't remember which one. I think it's the last one because he gets like these really orange eyes or whatever, and like a mask-looking face. So when he reaches that transformation, I think that draws some like real inspiration from a real classic source. And
Okay.
me being the Digimon expert, I definitely know what I'm talking about here. This Digimon thing, this spider guy, I'm pretty sure is only evil because of this mask. Because if you rip it off of his face, he would be peaceful again. Mainly because he'd be dead, but my point stands.
I think I know where you're going with this.
So the design here is a thinly veiled reference to the 2000s classic The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Oh my god, I didn't know where you were going with that.
Because the eyes on this mask, they look exactly like the eyes on this Digimon spider dude.
Oh.
And so like this guy put on the mask and is now evil and trying to kill
and there's
everyone,
a timer.
And there's a timer, and beforehand, all he wanted were friends, just like the Skull Kid in
like
Majora's
the
Mask.
Skull Kid. How good is Majora's Mask? So
just
creative.
like Majora's Mask. Great game.
Yeah.
Where did you think that was going with that?
Jim Carrey's The Mask.
I have seen that. I have seen lots of movies.
Do you think Majora's Mask was influenced by Jim Carrey's The
Mask? Probably, yeah. Wasn't a lot. Wasn't everything influenced by Jim Carrey's The Mask?
I mean, there is the part where he sings Coco Cabana or whatever. No,
Copacabana?
Cuban. That isn't what he sings.
Cuban
he calls
Missile
himself
Crisis?
Cuban Jim or something and starts singing a song. Jim Carrey's The Mask. Wild movie.
Great guy. Love
My name is Cuban Pete. That's what it is. You can look it up on YouTube. Cuban Pete. Okay. Anyways.
Anyway, that's my literary hour.
Oh, that was lovely. Well, I would like to pour this, baby.
Yeah, please do. What's our first category?
Okay, I am pulling from the pour right now. Oh, this is a perfect one, Kellan. Anime Mom Energy.
Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, funny.
So we get some great jokes from her, and this time she's making spinach cookies, she's making potato juice, she gives Izzy diarrhea, she's watching the news, like she's all over it. She wants to help the kids out, but she's, she's doing the best she can. It's good anime mom energy. It's like really good.
Yeah, that's like for me that's like an 8.3.
It's a 9. It's a clean 9
for you.
Me. Yeah.
All
right. So 8.3 plus 9, that gives us an average of 8.65 for anime mom energy.
And our
for
second
category, we pull it. We got episode title. That doesn't really work. Do we use the Digimon the movie title, or no?
Yeah.
We could also use because the movie was like 3 other movies, so they have section names. We could use that.
Yeah, we could do that. Is it Our War Game?
I think it's called Our War Game. All right, so that the second section of the movie is called Our War Game! Exclamation. That would be a reference to the movie War Games with Matthew Broderick, where they it's like about a war supercomputer or something.
And it's I don't know, it's a little weak for me.
It's a little weak. It's not my favorite.
I'm going 5, flat 5.
Yeah, I mean it's not nearly as good as Agumon's Day Off or Fresh Times at Gabumon High. Those were really great names.
Those were some really good ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with 5.5 for our war games. That is an average of 5.25 for episode title for our war games. All right.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool, Kanye. Thank you.
Kanye. So let's get back to the movie. So Diabolomon has a clock. 10 minutes left. And it starts making copies of themselves. Now, what does this clock have to do with love?
What's love got to do with it?
Yeah.
That's when the missiles hit, don't they?
Yeah. So apparently, the subway system in New York is connected by internet to the Pentagon, and nuclear missiles have launched. And there's 10 minutes left. One of them is going to crash down into Colorado.
I'm not Colorado. Ah.
And there's another missile which is going to go to Japan, specifically their neighborhood, the kids' neighborhood.
Yeah, the Pentagon really should have changed their Wi-Fi password from 1234. That was a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. What year was this? 2000. So it's like the Pentagon password was probably "I love George Bush" or something.
So then we get like a montage or something to another really 2000s song.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the song was, but it just felt very 2000s.
Okay. So what's going on here is the kids' connection to the internet is actually really slow right now. And it's because they're getting so many emails coming in from people, and it's draining their bandwidth. So they're having troubles there. And then, yeah, we get this montage of people all over the world. Well, it's more ska, really. I don't know the exact song, but it's more Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack kind of music coming in. People are watching Don't Give Up. We're down to 6 minutes. Like, they basically lost 4 minutes because of these emails slowing everything down.
Yeah, did chat rooms not exist yet in this universe?
I don't know.
Why is everyone so
chat
obsessed
rooms
with email?
did, but for some reason it's all email. You're right. I don't know why they're not on chat rooms. Maybe that was a translation thing.
Maybe.
Izzy's trying to tell people don't email us. It's kind of working. The Digimon are working a little bit faster, but there are over 1 million copies of Diabolomon right now. So this is not good. And all of these copies are just blasting Greymon and Garurumon.
Yeah, getting hit in the face with emails is never fun.
No.
It was a bad time.
I mean, yeah, you can power up by emails, you can digivolve with emails, you can throw them at people. Emails are very versatile in the digital world.
Yeah. So then Tai falls into the computer through the power of friendship, I believe.
So Greymon and Garurumon are frozen, right?
Yeah.
And the mom is offering them onion juice, and Tai is gone. And that is exactly what happens, Kellan. His bond with Greymon is so strong that he himself becomes digital. Matt, too. Both of them have left the physical world and are drifting into the internet. And now they're doing a classic lend me your energy. So is he like telling kids all over the world that, we need your hope, feel their hope and strength. And now the emails have turned around. And instead of slowing them down, it is powering them up.
I could not
Were
believe
you prepared
this.
for what happens next, Kellan?
The fucking emails give them the power and the energy to get what?
Yeah, it's classic lend them your energy shonen stuff. It's like in Dragon Ball Z when you can like put your hands in the sky and power up Goku's spirit bomb.
Oh god.
Kids everywhere, lend me your energy, and you would do that at the TV to help out Goku.
Lend me your energy, dear Tai. I hope this email finds you well.
If you don't forward this to 7 friends, you'll have bad sex forever.
Oh, no. It's weird they put that in a children's show.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Okay.
So, this makes Agumon's 50th form become his 78th form or something.
Brilliant math, Kellan. Yeah. So both of them now have evolved into like Power Rangers pieces of a robot, and there's a big glowing egg, and boom, they fuse together. So Garurumon and Greymon have become Omnimon.
And he's a sword.
A big golden knight, basically. Yeah, and he's got a move called Transcendent Sword. Which, cool. Yeah, he just like cuts down a bunch of them. And Matt and Tai are like sitting on his shoulders, and more ska music kicks in, right? So now we're in like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and he's just slicing and dicing. So he's got the Transcendent Sword move, and he's got Supreme Cannon. They are blasting down so many copies right now. We're down to 1 minute, and they have blasted all of the copies down, and now the original Diabolomon is exposed. How hyped were you in this moment, Kellan? Wasn't it crazy?
All I thought and put on my notes was, how is this movie only half over?
I know it's riveting. I would assume it was only a quarter over by how invested I was.
And then then they realize, hey, we gotta slow down this guy's bandwidth. Forward the emails to him.
I thought this was clever. I'm like, why didn't they do this way earlier?
What?
Yeah, that's the best line. Is he goes, "You've got mail." Hits enter, and now they all get forward towards Diabolomon. So he's like frozen in time. We're down to 10 seconds left, and then we get a spoiler alert for the Wind Waker. I can spoil the Wind Waker, right? It's an old game. Yeah. Just like Link stabs Ganondorf in the head.
Just hype as hell.
Hype as hell. Omnimon stabs stabs Diabolomon right in the head in like the last second.
Which was also pretty hype as hell.
That was pretty hype.
It was pretty cool.
Boom, destroys it.
And then the mom pulls out the cake from the microwave and is like, "Oh, why does the microwave not bake well? Because you're using a fucking microwave, woman."
To bake a cake with maybe no flour.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the missiles fall in the river.
Yep. And then, in the background, we get the impression that I get. What?
Oh, yeah,
Why
yeah.
are these songs showing up?
The Mighty Boss Tones. Yeah. I know, isn't that a great song to cap off? That is also a very Tony Hawk Pro Skater song.
And everything's okay. Forwarding the email saved the day.
Yeah,
Everyone
we see Willis in Colorado frolicking with his Digimon. Then we get the ominous message. They thought this was all over, but it's not.
And then we go to the present day.
Right, so this is now 4 years, from that time. The team is older, and we get a quick recap of where everyone is. Tai is obsessed with soccer. Sora is waiting for calls from Tai. Sora needs to, just live. What the hell? Izzy's upgrading computers. Matt is a rock star. Now, this is kind of between season 2 of the Digimon anime, where we were introduced to this, new team of sort of, the younger kids. And this is where we learn about Cody with his Agumon, Yoli with Paramon, who's like a bird, and then Davis, who's kind of the leader, and he's the leader because he looks just like Tai.
Yeah.
With
what was that about?
Vmon.
I don't get that. Why did he look exactly the same, but was a different character?
It's just a coincidence. Is there only explanation
Come
that I know
on.
of? I mean, maybe later it was revealed to be his long lost brother or something.
They're
but not
the
that I
same
know
person.
Of. But that'd be creepy because he's always hitting on Kari. So I don't know.
Bye.
That's also kind of weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks very much like Tai. And so this is now about this next generation of Digidestined. So Davis, Cody, Yoli are kind of going to be the main ones, along with Kari and TK. And these are the Kari and TK from the last one, but of course, 4 years up, and they're now part of the core Digidestined now. They're in New York, partly to visit Mimi and partly to make Davis jealous. Okay. And they've got their Digimon with them. So that's one thing they don't really explain between the two parts, but their Digimon now are with them in the real world. Yeah.
Why?
They don't explain that at all.
Weird.
Yeah.
The rabbit wants lunch, though.
The rabbit wants lunch.
Yeah, there's a little rabbit guy. He wants lunch.
Terriermon? Is that
think
who
so.
you're talking about?
I think so.
Okay, so in New York, we also see Willis. Okay, and there's this giant ogre thing, which he's calling Kokomon. This is important. And Kokomon is only saying, go back. And this ogre is pretty creepy. Yeah. But Willis has this Digimon with him named Terriermon, which is like a long-eared bunny, kind of green and white. Pretty cute design.
He's got hands. He throws hands.
Jumping around. He's fighting off Kokomon. So I'm going to call this ogre thing, for the record, I'm going to call it Kokomon throughout this podcast, even though he has a few different Digi-evolutions. And I'm going to call it that because the kids don't know its name. They call it Kokomon the whole time. So I'll call it Kokomon the whole time.
One thing I've thought throughout this whole podcast is that since these Digi-evolutions aren't permanent, they should not be changing the name. It should just be like Mega Agumon, Ultimate Agumon.
Yeah.
Because trying to think of the name for a 10-minute Digi-evolution is real annoying.
You know what? I kind of agree. Yeah. Especially when the Digivolution is there for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And suddenly it has a new name. It's like, I'm not Agumon anymore. I'm Kabuteri Super Top.
I'm Grandma.
I'm Grandmamon. I'm Tuesday Happy Meals at McDonald's Mon.
I'm Ruby Tuesday Mon.
Oh, beautiful. That's actually a sick name, Ruby Tuesday Mon.
That's a restaurant.
I'm Applebee's Mon.
Okay. I'm sponsored.
Yeah, right.
Eat at Applebee's.
I'm HelloFresh Mon.
Oh, I would use that one.
Of course, Scrub Daddy Mon. Okay, so Terriermon, Kokomon are fighting. Yeah, Terriermon's got hands, like you said. He's using a move called Bunny Blast. Kokomon's hitting back with Coco Crusher. More punk music plays because why not?
Where's the Coco Puffs?
The animation here, tricks are for kids, you silly rabbit. The animation here goes hard, Kellan. I thought it was really slick.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Here.
Pretty
I mean,
solid.
the best things about this movie are the animation's really cool, and the soundtrack is so uniquely 2000 that it's like
Mhm.
kind of a weird blast. And then the plot is fine. Yeah, I'll admit it, the plot's fine.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there.
So, then we have to go to where every kid dreams of going on vacation.
Mhm.
Colorado!
Okay, so TK and Kari get there just right at the end, but Willis is kind of running off after this Kokomon, which has disappeared, and he's fixated on what Kokomon is saying, go back to the beginning kind of thing. He's like,
to
he's like, where did it all start? Okay, so yeah, Colorado. He thinks he's got to get to Colorado. And
He thought he was done with Colorado.
he thought he was done. He'd left it. He got to the big city. Now, Patamon, who TK's Digimon, has overheard this phone call. So Kari and TK are going to try to follow him to Colorado because they think this is like suspicious. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, and then Kokomon stops a train, like Superman.
Yeah. So Willis and Terriermon are walking to Colorado, apparently, which is weird. Okay, and Terriermon becomes Willis's hat. And then while TK and Kari are on the train, there's like purple energy all around them, and Kokomon appears and like freezes the train. So apparently Kokomon is gonna like stop people who are like a sort of affiliated or trying to help Willis. This is like pretty serious. They email Davis though, and the others. They email him or call him. I don't remember, but they contact
Probably
Davis.
Email.
Say yeah, they love emails in Digimon. They email Davis saying you got to get to Colorado, right? Like, let's get the whole gang to Colorado.
Not Colorado.
That's where things are really going to happen.
So they got to use frequent flyer miles because they can't afford the plane.
Yeah, and Yoli is helping them out with, like, all of her uncles, apparently. She's like, her uncle's frequent flyer miles, and then they get a taxi in Houston. It's like a crazy taxi, and this guy's playing, like...
taxi!
It was Sega as fuck, man. Except that for some reason the guy's playing bluegrass. He's like playing this crazy banjo music while he's like zipping around in the taxi.
It's probably his band. Let's be real.
Yeah, exactly. Check out my sick bluegrass band. Yeah. And then like another one of her uncles flies them to Denver, I think. And then they're gonna take horses to like their meeting spot because they're 60 miles away because their other uncle like has a horse company, and Davis has a meltdown. He's like, no more uncles.
Yeah, they're standing around talking at some point, and in the background there's just like a straight up like Hyundai ad on a billboard or something.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
There's just a car ad in the background.
That's funny. I mean, if there's gonna be product placements in a movie, it's gonna be in this movie. You know, with all of the bands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I could see Davis, like, drinking Pepsi. Like,
it was so out of place. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just wrote, I like this little blue guy. He's cute.
Oh, Davis's Digimon?
Sure. If he's the little blue guy.
Yeah, so his Digimon at this point is the, in training form, called Demi-Vmon. So Vmon is his Digimon. And he's like a little dragon. I guess he's like a little blue dragon kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember that name. He's just a little blue guy.
Demi-Vmon. Okay, so Davis is screaming, and one of the things he screams is stop, and a truck hears him and stops, and they stow away on the back, and guess who's there but Willis?
Whoa!
And Terriermon and Demi-Vmon, like, get along and play with each other a lot. You know, the kids are super blown away. The Japanese kids are like, in America, they've got Digimon by the truckload. This is crazy.
And then they need like another way to get there, so they order a pizza to get the pizza guy to come pick them up.
This was insane.
That was weird.
Yeah, so they're gonna go to some family vacation house that Willis has nearby. Yoli is trying to update TK and Kari on where to meet them. Willis actually remembers them based on those names. That's kind of surprising. And this is where we get like he's already hitting on Kari even though he doesn't know her, just to like make Davis mad. All these kids hitting on each other, very weird. Yeah, and this whole scheme of theirs, so they're gonna order a pizza, and then they think that because the pizza driver drives all the way out there that he'll just give them a ride back. That is not how pizza delivery works. I was
really?
like, what? What a plan. No idea. Yeah, have you done that? Have you ordered a pizza and then asked for a ride?
No, I have not. But it also almost works, but they just don't all get in because they're arguing, and 2 of them get left behind.
Yeah, some of them get on the back of this
Yeah.
pizza delivery truck, and but it leaves Davis and Willis behind. And this is where things get messy.
And that's 60 minutes.
That's 60?
That's 60 right
Oh,
before right after
beautiful.
they get left behind.
Okay, right at the pizza truck. All right.
All
Well,
right,
Kellan,
so
what kind of literature you got?
I got some really good literature here. So the trope I'm going to talk about here is the classic trope called "fuck you, we got ours," which is
Okay.
often used in media that really only cares about making money. It's relevant
Mm,
here and will be relevant later as well because of the obvious product placement for a car on the
okay.
billboard,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well as later ads for Northwest Airlines later in the film.
Oh
In the
my
same
god.
vein,
All right.
other classic examples of this trope include the Transformers live action movies, which have a ton of just really obvious product placements. But the best example by far is Wayne's World, where
Hmm.
they make product placement funny by making the whole point of the scene the product
I
placement.
love that scene
It's
where
a classic
they're like, and Pepsi is the drink of the new
of a new
generation.
generation.
Yeah,
Like I would never sell out as he
right.
raises the Doritos into camera, eats a chip, smiles.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah. That scene is
perfect.
so funny.
Wonderful. Anyway, yeah, it's the "fuck you, we got ours" trope.
Ah, and specifically that classic Wayne's World scene. I
Yep,
love it. I love it.
yep.
All right. Well, let's pull some four pour magic. All
First
right.
category for this last 20. Bullet.
And we've got wow, silly Demi Vmon moments. Oh,
Hmm.
crazy. I think we could also use silly Terriermon moments there. Let's go with
Yeah.
that. Silly Terriermon moments. Because we've got the part where Terriermon is Willis's hat. That was kind of cute. We've got Terriermon and Vmon playing together. That was kind of cute too. So
He
those would be
also
the main
fights
parts.
like crazy. He's good at
Oh,
it.
he's got
He's
hands.
adorable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
throws hands.
yeah.
This is like
Not
a
bad.
7.5.
Well, it's pretty high. I was only gonna go 6.2.
Okay.
But it is good. I like the hat part. All right, so that gives us a average of 6.85 for Sillier Terriermon moments. Silly Terriermon moments. Say that a bunch of times. All right, and now our next category, we are going to pull Digimon noises.
Hmm.
I mean, they talk.
Yeah, they're not really noises. It's just English.
Do you like any of their English
I don't like
voices?
that. I don't like the
Uh,
English.
Oh, so you're gonna rank it kind of low because
2.
they're talking. Yeah, I mean, I don't love a lot of the Digimon voices either because they're all like very childish and not in like a super funny way, a slightly annoying way. I like the
Mhm.
ones that are like suddenly sound like wise old grandpas. Like in the last part, we get Halcymon, which kind of sounds like wise and British. I like his voice, but not the ones here too much. So I'll go low as well. Maybe a 3.5.
What does that give us?
All right, so that's a 2 plus 3.5. We get 2.75 for Digimon noises.
Cool. Let's jump into the last 20 minutes
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we are wrapping this movie up. We're getting to the climax. So, Kokomon has appeared in front of Davis and Willis. So, Demi Vmon digivolves into Vmon. That's his rookie form, and that is the little blue dragon form.
Little blue guy becomes slightly bigger blue guy.
That's
He's not as
exactly what
cute
happened.
anymore.
I like Vmon though. I mean he's full of Tood era though, right? He's like that.
Hmm.
This ain't your grandma's little blue guy. And so he headbutts Kokomon. And Terriermon and Vmon are like floating through the air. Like they kind of are trying to team up, but they like hit a sign. Okay, we gotta get serious here. So this is where Vmon armor digivolves into Flamedramon, the
And he
Fire of
becomes
Courage.
a lot more fuckable.
Oh yeah, furry bait through
Yeah,
the
this is
roof.
where, yeah, it's,
So this is also okay. This season of Digimon, if you thought Digivolution was complicated, Kellen, this season made it even more because not only do they have classical forms like the Mega and Ultimate and stuff, they have armor Digivolutions,
Oh,
which like
Jesus.
each one can have like 3 of them, depending on which like ancient Digi-egg they used to get the Digivolution from. Very complicated, whatever. But it just means that they have like different forms that they can digivolve in using this armored digivolution. And this is one of Vmon's armored digivolutions called Flamedramon.
Okay.
Okay, so he uses
Okay.
Flare Rocket, hits Kokomon. Coco is hitting back with Cable Crusher, then Coco Crusher, which a couple blasts, and he's back into that go back to the beginning.
Go back.
And now, speaking of fuckle, speaking of fuckle, what the hell's wrong with my voice? Speaking of fuckable, Kellan,
Rabbit guy gets bigger and now has pants and guns.
He's got pants and guns. He looks like a Pal World
yeah, he really
creature,
does.
doesn't he?
He really does.
There was a Digimon game I played on Switch that I liked a lot called Cyber Sleuth. Pretty fun JRPG, actually. And I used this guy a lot, actually, the big bunny with the cannons. His name's Gargomon, or Gargo D's Nutsmon. And he's a huge battle bunny with pants.
Yeah, he beats up Kokomon, and Kokomon disappears.
Yeah, he's blasting him. He's got Gargo Pellet and Bunny Bubble. Coco just gives that go back again, disappears in smoke. Davis thinks they won. Willis knows it's not over. And, yeah. So Terrier's like, man, Willis, you gotta open up with him. Now, they don't have a ride, Kellan, so what do they do next?
So little blue guy digivolves into something else. What?
Beautiful.
Why?
So this is another one of his armor Digivolutions into Raydramon, the Storm of Friendship, and Hey Digimon plays as they ride him like a horse. Because this one's like a little bit more rideable, I guess. Not fuckable, rideable.
No, yeah. I noted Willis was like, why didn't we do this before? Because that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, really? And is it suddenly okay if you call it out?
Yeah. That's how it works, yeah.
I guess.
How writing works, yeah. So they're at some place now. That's cool.
Well, they're at that vacation house kind of area, I guess.
TK and Kari aren't there.
No, so that's a little worrying. And Davis confronts Willis. He's like, tell me the deal with Kokomon. Like, you're pulling us into this shit, tell it. And that's when Willis drops the lore bomb. I created him. Gasp! Did you see that coming, Kellan?
Crazy. I don't know, maybe.
I guess, like, you don't care enough to even answer. Come on, Kellan. Put your heart into it.
But we got the backstory, though. He hatched twin Digimon way back when, and then an egg got attacked by a virus and made the spider guy, and then the spider guy corrupted Kokomon.
Right, so that same virus now that they fought 4 years ago has basically taken over Kokomon, took him away from him, and turned him into this corrupt being who's now been haunting him. It's kind of
like
sad.
It. Every 4 years, the spider guy comes back and causes commotion.
It's like It.
Oh my god.
Is that your literary hour?
No,
oh, wow.
Unfortunately.
That kind of worked. So yeah, Davis is bawling. He's like, that's so sad. And Willis goes, get over it. And then he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Terriermon doesn't mean to eavesdrop, but he's got really big ears. That's a good line.
Yeah.
And now they're going to help. And Terriermon, doesn't want to be left behind. He's joining in because Kokomon's like his brother. And he kind of tells Willis, look, you don't have to protect me. I'm not your pet. I'm your friend. It's a great Digimon theme.
Yeah. And the next day, Kokomon is back, but he becomes spherical.
He digivolves into a creepy rabbit. This is the Donnie Darko saga.
Now he's thin and white.
Yeah, he's spooky looking.
And then Terriermon gets guns and pants again.
Yeah, Terriermon becomes Gargomon, and Vmon becomes Flamedramon. And now we're joined by
another
kids.
Different thing.
Yeah, the other kids are join in. Armadillomon digivolves into Digimon, which
this guy was cool. I like that.
Looks like a Mega Man villain. He is cool. I mean, I think he was one of the ones I liked as a kid. Actually, he's the drill of power. And then Hawkman becomes Halcymon, which is like a griffin kind of thing. And more Ska is playing while they fly around.
We love it.
Yeah, and Halcymon doesn't do shit. Like, he's just like flying in the background while Armadillomon and Gargomon and Flamedramon are like trying to punch this free evil rabbit.
Yeah, and they all confront Kokomon, who promptly drowns himself.
Yeah, there's more blasts. There's a bunch of flips around. How do you like your Kokomon? Flame broiled or grilled? Flamedramon says. And this is where, Kokomon in his depression just drowns himself. Where did he go? Comes out of the lake is a huge purple beast. So he has
the Jester guy,
I guess, in there. And yeah, this is all Jester themed. This also could be a Mega Man villain. Jester Man.
And he juggles and shoots purple goo that digivolves everybody.
Yeah, he hits them all. They digivolve. They devolve. Sucks them towards him with a black hole and starts juggling them. That was pretty bunny? I don't know. I was like, oh, he's a jester. He can juggle. You juggle, Kellan.
Yeah,
Rate his juggling.
that was fine. It was pretty good.
It was fine. And then he throws him at a cliff.
He grabs them all, and he's gonna eat them, but then 2 actual fucking humans come flying in and save the day.
Angelmon and Angelwoman appear.
That is just a flying woman.
Kellan, they're so hot.
Oh my
Both
god.
of them. They're just full-grown hot people with wings. And like slutty outfits.
And people wonder why this franchise didn't do as well as Pokemon.
You think it's because of Angelwoman?
I think it's just because some of these are people.
I'm not gonna lie. We may have been young when this came out, but we were all still like, dude, Angelwoman, so hot. It was like an awakening. So yeah, this was crazy. Angelwoman and Angelmon appeared. So that
You
means
can't
that
even
TK,
see her face. She's just boobs.
she's got like armor on over her face. So come on, it's a style choice. So TK and that means TK and Kari have gotten there, and these are their, I believe, champion versions. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think these are champion level. Either champion or ultimate. Who've appeared. They use Celestial Arrow and Angel Staff, 2 different moves, blasting at Kokomon, and then boom. What the hell is Kokomon doing? Darkness is like enveloping him. He is covered in darkness. He's Deadpool? What?
He's Deadpool because he regenerates.
Ah, yes. And apparently the virus inside of him is capable of this dark healingness.
Yeah.
And it gets even weirder, Kellan, because they all start de-aging as well.
Yeah, that's strange. Especially considering that, like, oh, this 6-year-old is the master of these grown angel people. I'm never gonna let that go. I'm never gonna let those ones go.
Well, you don't have to.
That's
the funny
fucking
thing
weird.
is that when you say that, you're like, that's weird. And everyone, and well, you know what? It is weird. I don't even have a defense.
And everyone's just like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. They're angels. But yeah, Davis is like a little kid. Willis is like a little kid. And this is where they clue in. Maybe Kokomon didn't mean go back to Colorado. Maybe they might go back to like the origin, go back in time and like think about what is going on. Angelwoman says, stop him before we're changing diapers, which, yeah, that made us aware of the weirdness. So they have a plan, okay? Angelwoman and Angelmon are going to digivolve so that they can spawn the golden Digi-eggs, right? So that others can armor digivolve into super golden form.
Yeah, so Angelwoman digivolves into, clearly, it's just going to be a sexier angel, right?
Right.
No, it's a giant fuzzy dragon.
Yeah, basically Atreyu from the Land Before Time. I mean, not Land Before Time. Oh my god. Basically Atreyu from Neverending Story. She digivolves into, and it's called Magnadramon. And Angemon evolves into Seraphimon, which is like he basically just gets so much armor on him that he's like fat. Gets tons of armor.
Oh, it's something else.
It's
but
awesome.
Then, yeah, the golden eggs or something.
Yeah, I don't understand at all why this happens, but maybe someone else can. And I've studied Digimon for years, but whatever. It kicks off the golden Digi eggs. Now they only get to digivolve just in time to do this because Kokomon blasts them back to Rookie. But this is the whole plan. Vmon and Terriermon run up, and they can use the Golden Army Digivolution. Okay. And now they have become, Vmon becomes Magnamon, okay? And Terriermon becomes Rabidmon, okay? And they've got, so this is Fire Blast and then like Rapid Missile Blast, I guess. Like Giant Rabbit and, you know, more crazy dragon energy. So they're just blasting. Anyway, I'm blasting.
Yeah.
It's not working still, Kellan, so what do?
They say, let's blast him from the inside. Too much information.
That's exactly what they said. Let's blast him from the inside. Yeah, you do you. So they get eaten. Vor fetish. You know, all of that. And inside of them, though, Kokomon is like having a flashback on the inside where he's like all sad and thinking about his youth. And then he's showing them where the virus is so they can like help blast it. And this is what does the trick. So blasting from the inside means they can destroy the virus. The darkness is gone. There's a light form Coco, which is like we saw the evil Donnie Darko rabbit, and now this is like the blessed light enlightened rabbit.
Yeah, this one
but
didn't look as cool.
No,
I
but
liked
it
the
was
dark
nice
one.
to see the pure form underneath. And now he goes into the wind. This is the really sad part. So the virus and that healing is what was keeping him alive. Like through all of these fights, he would have been dead 10 times over.
Yeah, and then he actually fucking died, which I thought was actually quite wild.
It was quite wild, but that kind of means that the kid sort of killed him in a way.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Murder! Take him to court.
Well.
Do Digimon have rights in this universe?
Depends
They
who you
speak
talk
English.
to.
Can they vote?
It depends who you talk to. No, they can't vote.
Who did Terriermon
They
vote
try
for?
to rule over the digital universe, which is the Digiverse, which is where things get very dicey. People try to become the kings of the Digiverse.
Can they vote for Digi-president? For president?
It's not democratic. It's actually feudal still. So
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
there's empires. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So then Willis kisses the girls. And
yeah,
makes
they're
the other
saying.
guy angry.
You know what happens at the end of every episode?
They say goodbye at sunset.
They say goodbye at sunset. Exactly. So they're saying goodbye in New York at sunset. They went all the way back to New York from Colorado. It's like, okay, do people in Japan understand how far
they
those
just
two
really wanted to
are?
get away from Colorado?
Yeah,
as
but
anyone
I mean,
would.
It's not like you can just take a quick train, from Kyoto to Tokyo.
It's
Colorado
it's
and New
fine.
York are really far. They basically implied that Willis was walking. Okay. That is insane. But anyways. Yeah, Willis kisses the girls, and Kari's mad because Davis called her his girl. Yeah, this is a little bit of horny tie moment, whatever. So Willis is almost home, and what's this? There's an egg in the river. So Kokomon has been reborn. Digimon never really die. They live on in our hearts and get reborn.
And then fucking All-Star plays.
Yeah. Just when you thought this soundtrack couldn't get more 1999, Kellan.
Why?
Yeah, I knew that song was in here. But that must have been crazy.
Oh my god.
I know, especially since, I think watching this now, that song is even crazier than it was then, because we've lived through it all. We know all the memes. We know what that song has become. Right? We know about Shrek memes, okay?
Yeah.
And that is a dark, dark rabbit hole. I don't think in the year 2000 when this movie came out that they could imagine what Shrek memes would do to this song.
Nope, not at all.
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then we get kids in America playing us out into the credits. So it's quite the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And that's the movie.
All right.
That's Digimon the movie.
We did it.
We did it, Kellan. This is crazy.
You want one more literary hour?
Let's wrap up our work so we can party ourselves at the after party. Well, what's your literary hour, Kellan?
Okay. All right. Let's be real. A couple of my literary hours today have been slightly cop-outish. But this one's actually very interesting. So bear with me here. And it's kind of weird. But that final battle, I believe, takes direct inspiration from a really old novel that one of my friends read for a religious studies class in university and shared with us because it was really weird. It's an old 1920s novel called The Holy Court of Amerstan by Alfred Ellsworth. And it's a medieval novel about King Amerstan in a fictitious version of England that is heavily Christian, like 1984 levels of persecution for dissension. But obviously, 1984 didn't come out for another 30 or 40 years at that point. So after his court jester of 40 years finally retires, King Amerstan has to hire a new jester. His people find Jester Chester, which is just a fun name. Who seems to have all of the right stuff, all of the qualifications. He's great. He's going to be a great court jester. But through the course of the novel, Chester slowly reveals himself to be an agent of Satan, tasked with turning everyone away from the word of the Lord from the top down. Yeah, it's very fucking preachy.
That is insane.
So there's actually a lot of brainwashing and supernatural elements going on. I won't go into full detail. But this villainous Harlequin itself is a trope, a regular trope seen even in things like the Divine Comedy. One of the demons' names derives from Harlequin. There's Peeves in Harry Potter novels. Who is a villain and a bit of a jokester, a little trickster. And then there was one that really fucked me up as a kid called The Tin Soldier, which was the pilot for an old kids show called Toy Castle that I used to watch, which was this show that was like ballet, and then
Yeah.
like ballet stories told through ballet with narration over top telling the story. So it was one of those shows that could be like easily done in every language because the actors
okay.
aren't talking; it's just
Yeah.
narration. But this pilot was remarkably creepy and disturbing for a children's program. And
Wow.
honestly, at some point, I started to think maybe I fever dreamed it as a kid because I could not find it anywhere. But recently, I did find it online, so I am quite sane. Um,
Holy. That's
but
crazy.
anyway, back to the Holy Court of Amerstan. The jester ends up usurping the king, kicking him out of power, taking the throne for himself, and throwing the king in the dungeon. The king was the only person, though, that seemed to be immune to whatever the jester could do with his powers or whatever. So he was forcibly removed from power. But through the power of God and prayer and being really fucking preachy, King Amerstan is able to call these two angels, because he's like the chosen one or something. These two angels from heaven who come in, and then there's this whole rumble with Jester, who reveals a lot of other powers to the point where the angels have to merge together. You can see why this is like a direct inspiration.
This is
It's
insane.
It's a whole fucking thing. It's so weird. But eventually, the angels kill Jester Chester, which releases the spell on the kingdom, returning everyone to their normal selves, worshiping the Lord under the rule of Amerstan, and everyone lives in harmony once again. It is one of the preachiest things I have ever read, and it is quite terribly written from what I've heard, and it seems like a quite direct inspiration for the end of this film. So there you go, the Holy Court of Amerstan.
How do you spell Amerstan?
I'm not going to tell you.
You made that up.
No, I didn't.
That is not a real book.
No, it's totally real.
I can't find anything online about the Holy Court of Amerstan.
It's totally real. What are you talking about?
Okay, sure. I mean, sounds compelling. I was believing you until the angels merged. Pretty compelled. So that's Amarstan. Got it.
Yeah. I was wondering where the line was going to be on that.
Well,
anyway,
I was looking for it. I was like, "Fuck, what is it? I want to read it." I was like, "This sounds wild."
Incredible.
Yeah. So let's go to the forepour. Let's pull some categories. Yeah, let's finish this up. Let's move on. Okay, so we're checking things. What are we pulling? Team Rocket motto. What the fuck?
Who the fuck is Team Rocket?
Who the fuck's Team? There aren't mottos in this.
No. It gets a 0.
Okay. Here we go. No. I'm throwing that one away.
One.
Furry bait.
10.
It's a 10.
Yep.
It's a flat 10.
Final category.
Gargadee's nuts, mod. Final category. The soundtrack.
10.
Oh, it's a 10.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wow, the last part of Digimon the movie. That's a flat 10. That's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10.
Yep.
Holy cow. Okay.
But combined
folks.
with the
You have wanted to hear
scores.
it this whole time. What is the score? That last section got perfect 10s. That was crazy. Soundtrack and furry bait. But combined with all the categories, what do we get? Digimon the movie gets a 7.28125. That is a solid score.
Pretty good score. Yep.
Pretty good score. All right.
And that does it for this week. Oh my god,
that is crazy. Okay. Hey, Kellan, do you wanna? I guess I'll tell us what we're doing next week.
Please
and then
do.
You can tell people where they can find us.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to continue with Digimon The Adventures Season 2. This is following Davis and the gang's adventures with the Armor Digivolved forms. And we will be jumping into episodes 34 and episode 35 next week. They are crazy. You won't want to miss it.
Very, very exciting. So yes, you can catch that every Monday. Wherever fine podcasts are downloaded, Spotify.
To Kill a Mockingbirdramon.
Exactly. You can also find us on the youtube.com/One-Headed Phoenix. You can also find Graham on TikTok doing Digimon anime errors at One-Headed Phoenixes, and also twitch.tv/One-Headed Phoenix. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. Is that everything? Did I get everything?
Yeah, I play Bejeweled on Twitch. You can come watch. Yeah.
Yeah, Bejeweled. Good time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything. Was there more?
No, that's about it. Let us know how you're loving the podcast. Digimon nerds
leave
everywhere. Keep it around.
And
just remember,
engagement's been great.
Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon are the champions. Oh, so deep.
Or apparently, they're also like 3 levels above champions.
They're also ultimates. They're also megas. They're also super Digivolve Mega combined armor form.